and Tweed position actually should be a fairly nice kind of bluesy, old, vintage vibe kind of thing. To hear the difference, just step on the mode button.
So that's going back and forth between.
Yeah, it's in full Q now.
Full Q?
Yeah, full Q because it's blue, and Tweed when it's on.
Okay. Real subtle change there.
That one is pretty subtle. It's mostly in the outbreak of distortion. The distortion comes on more abruptly, more like an American type tube amp. There's a little teeny bit of analog. There's just a tiny bit of scoop in the sound to make it just a little bit, airier.
Yeah. It's really sensitive. Guys, really responsive. It's really clean.
Yeah.
If I want to get dirtier, I have to increase the attack.
Yeah. Well, that touch sensitivity is
Yeah.
one of the things we've worked very hard to get.
Wow. That's a little bit different than that, isn't it?
Yeah, another characteristic which you'll notice, especially if we go deeper into overdrive, we've kind of rebalanced the harmonics a little bit. The new one has more even order harmonics, which give you more of a little bit of an arg to the sound. And the old one, by comparison, is a little bit on the kind of dry and astringent sound. Sort of physically wakes us up,
Psychoacoustic, or the
well, I mean the effect, but and when you really do crank it up to full, you will hear the speaker start to break up a little bit, but you gotta be fierce.
I mean, that's huge right there.
that's got a, you can tell it's got kind of an abrupt low frequency cutoff to simulate an open backed amp.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the benefits of that is when you play into distortion, you get what are called all kinds of undertones.
Mm-hmm.
And when through a full range amp, they, if you play well, they're harmonic to your sound. It's sort of the
Right.
secret to a power chord.
Yeah.
But they're still down there, kind of grumbling away.
Mm-hmm.
And a lighter, an open back amp with the low frequency cutoff has a little more light-footed sound. Kind of pleasantly poopy little warmth.
I played this amp. We did an outdoor concert series. We've been doing outdoor concerts all summer long.
Yeah.
And we went out to Oxnard and played outdoors at an Oxnard summer concert series, and they were actually having dinner and serving wine. There was wine testing and stuff. Because I was interested to see what this sounded like outside.
Yeah.
Because I hadn't used it outside before. And I was truly amazed. I elevated off the ground a little bit so I could hear it a little bit better.
Right.
I know that's the purpose of the slant also.
Yeah, but that's always a good idea if you're concerned about projection.
Yeah.
And of course, being small, it's real easy to set up on something.
Yeah, and it just sounded great. I was really amazed. I played in this one place that was kind of like a bowling alley, and there was just too much reverberation in the room. I kept having to turn the amp up more and more.
Yeah.
That's because it was just being absorbed by reflection and reverberation.
Right. That's always a brutal situation because the room gets so noisy from your carryover, the room reverb, that you keep trying to turn up to get over it, and then you're just filling the room up with more noise.
Well, ours is an 8-piece band with 2 saxophones and a trumpet and keyboards, and so I'm constantly battling to get at that right level.
So something like the Tweed setting might be useful in that case because it gives you a little bit of oomph without adding too much. It doesn't step on the horns so much.
Yeah.
Step on the mode switch. Now you're back in full Q.
That's the full Q.
Yeah, right. And you get now you
that's
sound
perfect
like
for
a
me.
nice big amp.
That's perfect for me because I do when you're playing in a band like we are doing. We're doing swing, boogie, blues, and type stuff. It's really important for me to retain the clean rhythm sound. I have to have that, without the edge on it. And it's hard to get that. And this voice boost, that was this here?
Yeah.
Okay.
And now here's this hot setting. When you kick that in, it'll go into almost a shredder mode. But it's cut down a little bit, so you might also find that useful for going from edgy rhythm to full overdrive. That would be that switch there. Turn the mode, so you got that.
Sounds like a tube amp. It's got the. I'm really amazed.
Yeah.
I'm really amazed.
Well, then things you're already familiar with, like if you dial in a little bit of limiting, you
Yeah.
can kind of keep it at a rolling boil, you
Yeah.
know, with,
Yeah.
but still have all that nice sustain.
Yeah.
So if you want to get sort of a, that was, the artful use of limiting was the feature of some of the 80s, more, I don't know what you would call them, sort of the pop jazz artists, the ones who would milk long notes,
Yeah.
but not really be playing like they were on 11.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, to this day I still use it.
Right, now
I still use it
stomp
right
off the
now.
limiter to hear the difference.
Yeah.
And then wherever you put the limiter, the higher you put it, the less into distortion it'll go.
Right. Really nice. Gosh.
And this is just a humorous setting, but just as an example of possibilities. In the pre-position, since the reverb is being driven before any distortion,
Yeah.
it stays clean, and if you turn it up,
Right.
and you're going into a lot of overdrive, and you use more dwell,
Yeah. Oh,
see,
wow.
it just carries on and on. And then if you punch in tremolo, now hit it like smack some chords. So it's like you can sort of load up the reverb and then do something with lead work,
Yeah.
And then when you select one of the other positions, it doesn't, taking the reverb signal further downstream, it doesn't load it up as much. They're kind of classic. Sort of medium dwell is pretty much your classic spring tank.
Yeah.
Full dwell is your heavenly choir, and short dwells are very. Yeah, all right. Loud is just what it says. It's just a big gain boost. And then the bright below that is kind of your horn wild sound. That's sort of a you got to gauge. You got to turn off mode. We're gonna label that full Q. It's a little confusing now. So there's your MIDI sound right there. Sorry, your little kind of fart box.
That would sound really good recording.
Yeah. Again, for those cases where you pick on a pig nose, that's not only a very sharp bass cutoff, but is also it changes the nature of the distortion to make it blattier.
Mm-hmm.
And then the Tweed distortion is richer and a little bit fuller voiced.
Mm-hmm.
And keep in mind when it's blue, you're in full Q.
Yeah.
And you have limiter engaged right now since the lights lit up.
God, it's really versatile. Unbelievable, the different tones coming out of this thing. And this FX?
That's the effects loop.
Okay.
That's effects bypass. There's nothing plugged in
no
it now,
kidding.
so you won't hear anything. But
we should buy a little
yeah, we should
delay unit or just
should
something
get
you can
something,
throw in
yeah,
the-
right.
Penny Hill's gonna bring one in about an hour.
Okay, but anyway, yeah, you've got an effects loop on the back. If you want to use a rack type effect, or even certain pedals might play well there.
Well, I use a volume pedal, and I've always used a Dynacom.
Okay, now a volume pedal would be interesting in that area because all that the effects loop is post everything. So if you're getting distortion, instead of swelling into distortion, you would hear it would be like turning the master gain up and down.